All right, so Java history. Where did Java come from? Well, let's take a look at some facts about it. And I'm not going to bore you too much with these details. You can read it. Um, but basically, in the early 90s, home appliances, they were like, it was pre-Internet of Things era. So I mean, again, this is back in the 90s, right? They're like, hey, we're going to put all these computer stuff in toasters and microwave ovens and so on and so forth, right? So back in 1991, Sun Microsystems said, well, hey, let's develop some software to make intelligent home appliances. And we're going to need some software that's going to run on all these chips, and we need a way to make it run so we don't have to write instructions for a Maytag dishwasher and a, Samsung dishwasher. We need to be able to write one set of code that any of these things can run on. And so that was kind of the where how Java got started. Okay. Um, Originally, Sun wanted to use C++ for it, but then they found out that, hey, you know what? It's kind of hard to maintain all these pointers and stuff, and we'll talk about pointers when you get to C++, but they wanted something that was easier to write code for to handle all these different appliances. And so this is where kind of Java came to be, and blah, blah, blah. It was called Oak and so on and so forth, and we don't really care about that. But basically, this is right also when the World Wide Web, or the internet, as we know it today, started to come about. And Sun Microsystems says, hey, you know what? This internet thing's kind of important. We can probably capitalize on this and use Java to power some of these applications that are going to be running on the internet. And so they started writing Java to be filled by all of these applets, right? Now, flash forward 20 years, and kind of JavaScript has kind of taken over as the king of the internet, right? But Java is still used heavily, heavily, heavily in a lot of embedded systems and a lot of different places and server architectures and stuff like that, because of the fact that it's so easy to write for any particular type of end environment. So sparing you all the boring details, you can read through it in the book and all that. And it's important to know. But that's how Java basically came to be. It was basically written to power your toaster. All right. All right. Computer ethics. So the book has these 10 commandments of computer ethics. Um, yeah, this is non-testable. But it's basically, don't be a bad human being. Be a good human being. Don't copy other people's work and take it as your own. A lot of the stuff is common sense, right? Just when it comes down to it, golden rule, and don't be a I don't want to use the term that I want to use. So just be a good person and just follow these rules.